Ladies and gentlemen, we're back for another night, Tuesday night for you. We have a lot of stories again to get through. It's been a busy couple of days in people doing bad things in the world, apparently. Let me say hello to everyone. I Hate Morning says, I'm out and about, so we'll just be listening. Okay, no worries. Have fun out and about. Hey, Laura T, how are you? Laura T says, I was bored, so I went back to watch some old live shows. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. That'll help. Danny, Mr. Dan Yee, chat celebrity is here. Hey, y'all. And he gave out a membership. I'm not sure to who. I think to Marilyn Landis. No, not to Marilyn Landis. Maybe to Marilyn Landis. It is maybe not. I don't know who got it. Someone did. I'm glad that person got it. That's very nice of Danny. Kim is here. So is Marilyn. The other Kim is here. Hey, Kim. Who else is here? Lynn D made it. Emily Knob. Angela. Peekaboo Cockatiel. The lovely Peekaboo Cockatiel is here. And Kim. And Rachel and Lori. Lori. Hey, Lori. How are you, my friend? And Rachel. All right. Sorry, we have to sort of flub the first minute or so for YouTube reasons. All right. If you didn't catch the late show yesterday in the late show, we talked about the Wieambilla inquest. Now, I tried to explain to you all sort of the setting of what was going on that day at that property, but it's very confusing when you're just reading text because you have about several different people all in different positions and you're trying to explain it with no visual reference. So I was able to track down a video was released from the inquest last night, overnight, and it is the police officer who I described yesterday as hiding in 20 centimeters of grass and behind a tree, trying to escape from these people actively hunting him down. Now, I'm going to show you that video. And what I'll say is, it is some of the most harrowing footage I've ever watched of anyone in a desperate situation. And you hear him in this video on the phone to, it must be his higher up at the police station, and he's trying to describe what's going on. And the cop is sort of like, "What do you mean they're coming after you with guns? What do you what do you mean?" And he's like, "Well, where is everyone else?" And he's like, "Oh, well, two of them are dead." And they're not moving. And it's just me, and I'm hiding behind a tree and a tiny bit of grass. And the cop's like, buddy, you gotta do whatever you gotta do to take care of yourself. Whatever that is, you just have to take care of you. And he repeats it a few times because I don't think it's sinking into the police officer that you're in a life or death situation. And while you want to take care of your teammates, you just got to make sure someone gets out alive that can raise the alarm and try and get more help. All right, I'm going to show you that video. This is your trigger warning. There's nothing super graphic in it or anything like that. Nothing like that. It's more very just the suspense of the situation. There is some gunfire at the end, but you don't fully see it, although you'll get what I mean. Yeah, but I can't imagine what these police went through on that day, especially the woman. Rachel. Rachel was her name. She died at the scene. Her incident was very similar. They hunted her down and deliberately tortured her in her final moments. They shot her several times. The first time was from meters away, and they just kept approaching. And every time they'd get another 5 or so meters, they'd shoot her again and then shoot her again. And then when they finally got on top of her, they killed her at point blank range. So that video I don't have, and even if I did, I probably wouldn't show it. But this one is not quite like that. It's just more the one who was able to escape and get to his car. So we're gonna watch that. if I can load it. What is going on? Why won't it load? Aha, here we go. All right, now I've got it. StreamYard being a bit slow today. All right. So this is an action body camera. You have all seen these before. They use them in the USA. Nothing really to explain. Hey, I'm here. Hey. All right. It is very terrifying what she went through. Yep. So this is Randall Kirk, Constable Randall Kirk body worn camera.
Hello.
Hey, buddy, let's see what we got.
He shot Rachel, I believe. I think she's dead. She shot him, I think. No, he's still walking. He's trying to walk around me.
So she shot him?
Oh no, she shot at him. There's two of them. They've got Matthew's gun now.
Now, mate, hang in there. What about the other two? You got eyes on Keely and Matt?
Matt's not moving. Rachel's not moving now. And Keely I haven't seen.
Where are you walking behind the tree?
Yes, but he's walking over. There's two of them.
Walking over towards you?
Yeah. What do you want me to do?
Mate, you got to look after yourself, buddy. All right, stay behind that tree. That's the only thing you got between him and her. Between you and him.
Yeah.
You got long rifle?
Yeah, long rifle and Dylan's Matthew's pistol.
So you can kind of hear the temperament in his voice. I don't know if it's a state of shock or a state of disbelief at what's actually happening, because he almost sounds like he's having a conversation with a friend. He's like, "Oh yeah, that might be an option. You know, I might die here, but I could probably do something like that. What do you think?" Like he's so just. I think he's disassociating with what's actually going on. I think he's so freaked out that he's actually coming across very, very calm, which I don't know how. I think it's such a bizarre situation. So if you don't know what happened here, 4 police officers approached a property in Australia. They were going there as a part of a very routine investigation. It was a missing person / welfare check. It was one of the brothers had jumped the border during COVID, and they were going there to sort of probably to issue a fine and say, "Hey, we found your weapons that you dumped when you jumped the border." He actually dumped a bunch of weapons when he tried to get it into Queensland, and it was supposed to be just a routine thing. As soon as they approached the property and entered the fence, these people were hiding in a man-made dugout with weapons. So they were actually there trying to actively sabotage and attack the police. It was an ambush, complete ambush situation. So here, I'll play the rest of it.
Hang on, mate. Stay on the phone. Like, if you got to drop the phone, just look after yourself.
Yeah. They just camped up. Both of them.
Mate, have you got any more trees behind you?
Nah, not a lot. He's coming over. Should I run?
Have you got trees behind you?
Yeah, maybe.
Mate, do they know where you are?
Yes, they do.
Mate, can you, obviously scramble from tree to tree to try and retreat out of there?
I'll try.
To try and do that?
I can try. Want to do that? They're coming. They're shooting.
The other 2 officers.
You good? Give me a shot.
So what you just witnessed was his commander at the station told him, "Buddy, you're gonna have to make a run for it. You can't be sitting there like a sitting duck." And he ran for it, got to the fence, fell over the fence, but that delay in him falling and then having to get back up, which broke his momentum, allowed the people behind him to catch up to him and start firing on his position. When he enters the vehicle and finally gets the car started, because like you can see his hands are shaking so badly, he gets the car started. As because they're parked into the fence, they have to sort of reverse out at least briefly. As soon as he does that, the other people catch up to him and start firing on his car, and you see him take a shot directly in the windshield, must have been only millimeters from his head, and then he takes another shot through the windshield. He ends up being shot in the hip, and he drives away from the scene, able to raise the alarm, but you hear in a second on his phone call, he can't hear. The gunshots have ruined his hearing. He can't hear anything. And he's trying to speak, but he's saying like, "Hey, I can't hear any reply because my ears are completely busted from the gunshots," and he can't, all he can do is talk. So there's about 30 seconds left. I'm gonna play it.
Hello? I'm in the car, driving away. Oh, I can't hear because of the firearm shots. Oh. Hello?
Are you there, buddy?
Yeah. Where do you want me to drive to? Yeah, well, there's two of them. I think I've been shot. I don't know where. They've got multiple shots on the window of the car, but I had to drive away a bit. Lost a shoe. I've got blood on my face. I don't know where I've been shot.
And that is where the video ends. One of the photos, I think if I can find it, these are the officers here. This is Matthew Arnold and Rachel McCrow. These were the other two officers that were with him at the property. These are the people he describes earlier in the video as being deceased and not moving. And yeah, and these are the three here. This is Nathaniel, Gareth, and Stacy Train. These are the three people here who were firing on police and committed the ambush on them. And it says here, in that video, he says, "I see there is two officers down. I can't see clearly. I can't see clearly. Rachel is rolling. I don't know what Matthew is doing. I don't know where Gareth's gone. He's retreated back potentially, getting more ammo. Where's Keely, mate?" And they say, "She's up to the left." "Oh, where Keely is? I'm behind a tree. I can't see where she is." And then the other officer asks over the radio, "Where's Rachel? Can you get eyes on Rachel?" And he says, "Yes, I can see her. She's rolling around, but she was just either deceased or about to be killed at the time." They advance on her position and end up firing point blank and killing her. And this is a screenshot. This must be from one of the cameras. Yep. Gareth Train captured from a police body-worn camera. I'm guessing this is after they have unfortunately died. He's come up to their body, and he's captured in their vision. And this is one of the men that actively fired and killed police officers who were visiting the property. They say body-worn vision, which was played to the court on Monday, showed the moments after Constable Kirk watched one of the shooters, who he believed to be Gareth Train, shoot Constable McCrow in the head at close range. He estimated Gareth was 20 to 30 meters away from her. Constable Kirk fired one shot from the Glock but missed. After you fired your Glock, did you become aware, or at least did you believe, that one or more shooters knew your location? He says, not my exact location, but they had a sort of rough indication based on his movements. He told the court he could see Gareth scanning the area searching for him. I remember him, my sergeant, saying that I have to look after myself. Then I asked myself, should I run? Constable Kirk told the court, yeah. And then he takes off. You see that in the video. Let me just.
Do they know where you are?
Yes, they do.
That's the video where he runs off. We've already watched that. Constable Kirk said he did not think there was another option for him at the time. Body-worn vision shows him in a desperate dash to reach his police car, approximately 100 meters away. Yeah, here's a photo of Constable Randall Kirk today at the inquest. What a brave guy. A really brave guy. It's a real shame he wasn't able to do much more, but he got himself out, raised the alarm. Well, the alarm was sort of already raised, but, help direct teams to try and shut this down and get armored cars in there and you know, specialist squad in there to shut all this down and neutralize the threat. What is this video?
Don't get too close, Vic. There's those bomb things still.
So this is actually Alan Dare. This is the neighbor that actually came to the property after seeing bushfire smoke and what he thought was a bushfire. So he actually raced to his neighbors as a helping hand, not because he was going to interfere or anything. He just was worried about his neighbors. He's like, hey, I see fire coming from your property. I'm a concerned rural neighbor. I want to check on my friends next door. And they shot and killed him. Here's here.
Don't get too close, Vic. There's those bomb things still going off.
Yeah, there's things still exploding out there, Vic, so I wouldn't get too close.
Have you got some concerns?
I have. Oh, Kerry's one.
000?
Yes. We told him it's urgent.
So I think that's before he makes it down to the property. He sees fire and he's like, what the hell's going on? Why is there fire? Yeah, him and his wife rang police and 000 and emergency services to notify them. The emergency services, I think, even warned him not to go down there. They were like, hey, don't go down there at all. Yeah, they were like, don't go down there. Let police look into it. I don't think the 000 operator and the other thing that was going on with the shootings at the time had any idea there was any crossover. I think they were a little bit in the dark. We will get to Alison Chao in a little bit. We'll get to what happened today in court in a little bit. Let me finish this and then we'll get into it. Bern Polkon says, I can't imagine the PTSD. I'm surprised he still is in the force, to be honest. I would have thought he would have retired. I mean, that is a brutal. And the other thing too is most of these police officers were fresh out of the academy. They had only been on the force. I think one of them was on the team for 9 weeks. So just over almost 3 months, not even 2.5 months. They'd only been on the police force for a couple of months, and they run into what is probably one of we don't get a lot of ambushes of police officers in Australia, but they ran into a buzzsaw really. Yeah, thanks, Gambler. Hey, glad you got back from the shop. The inquest continues today. I'll bring you more as I'm able to report it. Yeah, see, this is interesting here. Police system did not trigger flag of a missing person report. On Tuesday, the court also heard when the missing person report was filed in the police system, it was assessed as to require a routine, low level response. No serious flags came up in the system when the train's names were searched, which could have alerted police to potential dangers. So there was nothing in that system that notified them that these people might be armed and hold anti-authority ideological ideas, and there was nothing there to really warn them. This is one of the weapons that they found at the train property, possibly used to probably kill the police officers. It says here they're talking about like AVOs and stuff. It's not that. I'll get into that another time. A call center operator says she felt helpless on the phone to the officer. It says Catherine Bealby was working at the Toowoomba Police Communication Center when she received a triple O call from Constable Barrow, who, when the first shots rang out, retreated into nearby bushland. That constable is the one who tried to retreat into bushland, and they actually lit fires to try and smoke them out. They tried to, yeah, basically smoke them out of wherever they were hiding in the bushland. And they basically set all these fires up, watched it burn, and basically set them in the direction where they thought the police officer was hiding. And luckily they were actually extracted from the scene by other armed officers who made it to the scene eventually, and they were actually able to survive and get out. Yeah. It, this is an overview of the property. You can just see how large it is. Most of the shootings didn't occur here. They happened further away, down this road and down near the gate. As far as I know, the shooting of the three people, the Train family, happened at this property here. They retreated back to this property. An armored vehicle came in, and basically there was a bit of a firefight, and the cops eventually won because they had an armored vehicle and the Trains did not. And they had better, more high powered weapons and more assets and were able to overcome the situation. All three of them were killed. I think it was within 15 minutes of each other. It was like 10:08, one died, 10:15, another died, 10:38, the other one died. So the police really took command of it, took control of the situation eventually, made a game plan, went in, executed that game plan, and neutralized the targets is the word I would use. They said here, da, da, da. Apparently, the triple O operator who was speaking to the constable who was hiding in the bushland from the fire told her to stay down, not stand up. It was my advice. I had no one there to help me with advice. My feeling was I didn't want to put Keely in any more danger, and I wanted her to remain where she was. Great advice from the triple O operator. You know, possibly if this situation ever came up again, and these are the kind of the reasons we hold these type of inquests in Australia, is to find out what went wrong and is there anything that could be done in the future to make either make this better or fix mistakes that happened on the day. And one of them might be this, is that when the police officer called into 000 or the emergency line, this person on the other end doesn't have training in a live ambush situation to be able to offer tactical advice to an officer who is under gunfire. And maybe there could be a thing where if that came through on a call, it could then get leveled up to either police command or a very specialist division that have the ability to game plan and give advice to someone that's in a real live fire situation, because a triple O operator probably has never even fired a gun before. They're just normal people who work in a call center. they don't have the tactical awareness to be able to give directions or advice, or not for this type of situation anyway. So it was in a place called Wieambilla. I can show you if you'd like. Give me 1 second. Hold on, let me show you some photos of the area. One moment, my friends. All right. See if I can find an overview map. There were some done when this incident originally happened. I'll see if I can find any. Okay, here. Let's see if I have access to this paper. All right. Yeah, actually, here's some photos. Here's what the Bearcat looked like after, like the day after when they neutralized the 3 targets. It looks like it's been in a war zone. It's pretty bashed up. There's some more weapons and a machete that they found. So this is an overview of the property here. I'm just trying to see if there's a map. Okay, here. And then I'll show you a larger map of where exactly Wieambilla is. So this is the house here. The front gate is located right here. Sorry, I thought it was on this road here, but it's on the opposite one. The front gate is down here. Let's see if I can make this bigger for you. Nope, we have to go the other way. All right. So there's the overview. This is the property here. There's a dam over in this location. Arrived by helicopter. So the what are called, the SERT team arrived by helicopter, surrounded the home. A 16-person extraction team recovered the bodies of Constable McCrow and Arnold, and the shooting continued. It says 4 police officers came under fire as they walked towards a house on Waynes Road, Wieambilla. All right, let's see if we can find an overview of that. Okay. I don't even know if the property's there anymore. It may not be. Okay, that looks like it right there. Yes. Okay. Yep, that looks like it. So this is the property right here. There's that dam that you see, and this would be they're saying this would have to be the front gate, like right here. This is the gate where the cops parked. So it's pretty close to the property. You come down this winding dirt road, and you come off this road here, Wayne's Road, but it's quite a distance in. You watch, there's actually maybe 2 tracks you could take. There's one down, that's a fence line. You come down here, it's quite a distance. There's a bit of a track that way too. But you come down this one wide enough for a car, and you get to the fence here. And there's the property. If we zoom out, I'll show you how remote this area is. There's really not much out here. It's mostly rural area. These little squares you see, these are property. So where people live, most of them. You can see the distance apart from each other they are. You can see, where's their neighbor? Down here maybe somewhere? I'm not sure. They do have a neighbor. That was Alan Dare, who was killed. Maybe here. There's another property here. That looks like someone's home. Drive up that road. But you can just see how vast it is out here. So, and then if we zoom out even more, I'll show you sort of where it is. So there is where it is located in Australia. Right there. This is Queensland, Northern Australia. It occurred here, Waynes Road. What is it? A few hundred kilometers west of Brisbane. And then if you zoom in, that's Brisbane City. And then you can go through Toowoomba, up through here, through, is it Derby or Darby? And then out here, near a place called Kogan. We have a company in Australia called Kogan. And then down here, you can come down to the property and see just how rural it sort of is out here. And this is where all that footage is shot out here at this property. So they had a lot of places, at least for the attackers to hide. Plus, they had control of the property, the house, and the cops really had one way in and one way out. This is probably why they helicoptered in a emergency an emergency response team rather than trying to drive in this way, because if you drive in this way, for the most part, you don't really have the element of surprise. They're gonna know you're coming. So maybe they used this area out here where it's flat to get in and then storm through and take over the situation. But there you go. So for people who wanted to know exactly where it was located, let's zoom out again. Right there where the red dot is in Australia. It is sort of remote. It's a while out of the city. One horse town, it very much is, right? Oh, that's okay. He can type. Mini Waco, sort of, right? It is almost very similar, sort of like a siege that happened. This is very much turned into a siege. Started out as an ambush, finished as a siege on the property from police and all that type of fun stuff. Let's go back down. So I'm pretty sure what happened is that cop, the one you see in that video, they were parked at this gate down here. He ran for it, somehow got to that car and started reversing out through here. He might have reversed and spun around, I'm not sure. But it looked like he was reversing with the windshield in front of him. You know what I mean? Reversing, not going that way. And he came down through here. I don't know how far he got. I don't even know if he made it all the way out to this main road and then tried to get away. But you can just, yeah, I would say they really had control of this property. I also read they were not in this home here. They had a dugout somewhere around here where they could see the police coming, and they had cameras set up, and they knew the cops were there before the cops knew they were there. And the police thought they were in the property, but they were not. They were in that dugout somewhere around here, hiding, waiting for the police. How they knew they were coming, I don't know. Maybe they got an alarm triggered somewhere on this track to say someone has come onto the property, and then they checked the cameras, realized it was police, and then, you know, gone to like DEFCON 5 and started preparing. Thanks, DJ. I'll have a look at that in a second. I appreciate it. All right, that's it for today on the Wieambilla thing. I'll bring you more as we go through the inquest into it. Extremely important inquest down here. I just wanted to see what this video was before we go. Is this a different police officer walks toward trained brothers deadly ambush? Ah, this is them approaching the property. This is where they jump the gate. You see all the officers here.
Cheers. Yeah, 4p. Yep.
Tilly, Rachel, Matt.
She's our newest first year.
Oh, how new? When did you start?
Just started general phase.
Yeah.
Just started general phase.
January.
General phase. General? Mental phase? General phase?
Oh, I was gonna say.
First year? Yeah.
Maybe.
So week 9 or something.
Yeah, okay. So you FTO. Oh, yeah.
FTO trained.
You did the recent one?
Yeah.
Tyra's in the training station. So they send us.
Yeah. Pretty good. Just get her to do everything.
Pretty much.
As you see, there's a arrest warrant for this fella.
I've been plowing through it. Is it just for the COVID stuff?
Yeah.
So there you go. They jumped the fence to get into the property. They don't seem alarmed at all. They're very relaxed. They just think, oh, this is a routine inquiry. Not much really to worry about. We got 4 of us. We're the ones with the guns. We're all right. They were there for an arrest warrant for the guy who basically jumped the border, and yeah, it was very. They had it registered on the system as a low risk routine inquiry, and it ended up being one of the worst police killings in Australia. Let's see. This is when Randall Kirk, we played that video for you before. You see him trying to jump back over that fence that they originally got over and get back to the vehicle. What is that there? What is this structure here? This black thing? Is that a camera? Or is it a mailbox? It might be a mailbox. Yeah. You can see it's quite a walk down that driveway. I mean, they were walking on that video for a good few minutes, and they still weren't even close to the property. It's interesting. Here it says when Randall Kirk tried to fire back to protect one of the other officers, with one of the Train brothers shouting, "That was a mistake, boys. Come out, and get on the effing ground or you die." They killed the cops anyway. So that's a weird thing to say. And he said, "Why did you discharge your firearm?" And he says, "Because Constable McCrow was in the line of fire." So he was trying to give her some cover fire and protection. Yeah, there we go. All right, we've that went on for far too long. I don't even know where my phone is. That's okay. We're gonna move on. I will go take you to our other news. Since everyone wants to talk about it, let's talk about what happened in California today. Okay, let's talk about Alison Chao and her father. Her father was charged today. He got bail set. Now, from what I read, originally the bail set from the father was going to be about $45,000, and the DA pushed for the bail to be $500,000 because of the GoFundMe. Well, that was part of the reason. Because he'd raised so much money, that why not give him a higher, a higher monetary bail, or, I can't think of the other word on me right now, but yeah. So basically, it was supposed to be only 45K. They had a special hearing. It got raised to $500,000. He is still expected to bail out. I just don't know when that's supposed to happen. He's currently charged with 1 felony, 1 misdemeanor. I mean, I've seen people given smaller amounts for way more serious crimes. I've seen people get, real serious crimes, and they're like $5,000. That'll do. All because this is in the media now and everyone is behind it. They're like $500,000. Let me grab my KTLA link for it. If it'll let me. Come on. Apparently my links are very slow today for some reason. Come on. Let's go. There we go. All right, let me take you to KTLA.
Monterey Park father facing 2 charges connected to the week-long disappearance of his daughter. The sudden disappearance of 15-year-old Alison Chao set off a frantic search, her mother desperately hoping she had not been harmed.
Police finally found her with her father, and he is behind bars tonight. KTLA 5's Angelique Kakade joins us live from downtown LA with details about the charges he is facing. Hi there.
Yeah, Micah and Courtney, this has just been a case with lots of twists and turns from the very beginning, all sort of leading up to today in court, where Jeffrey Chao pleaded not guilty to both charges he's now facing. Jeffrey Chao, seen here masked up, making his first appearance in criminal court on Tuesday, pleading not guilty to 2 charges, one for child abduction, that's a felony, and another for falsifying a police report.
Their families. You must not prevent or try to prevent or dissuade.
The father of 15-year-old Allison Chao, who was found safe after a citywide search to find her earlier this month, was arrested last Friday. A shocking twist in a case KTLA has been following since the beginning. Allison went missing 2 weeks ago after she left her dad's home in Monterey Park on a bike. After an intense search, she turned up safe in Glendale. The big question: where was she? The charges filed today could bring some answers. The Los Angeles County DA's office released a statement saying falsely reporting a child as missing not only violates the law, but also diverts critical law enforcement resources away from other serious matters. Meanwhile, the attorney for Mr. Chao said today after court, Allison still wants to be with her dad.
It's my understanding she's in good spirits, healthy. Of course, she wants to be with her dad.
This after we know Allison's mom, Annie Chao, had custody of Allison. Reportedly, one day before she went missing, Monterey Park police showed up at her dad's home with a court order to bring Allison back to her mom. That interaction was caught in this now viral video.
It's a video that was released. It was mentioned, I believe, in today's proceedings, wherein young Allison made her position clear of not wanting to go, but that's to be litigated down the road.
For days now, community members and Jeffrey's family have been following this case, protesting for Allison's voice to be heard.
It seems like a lot of people have been silencing her and not listening to her. So we really want her to have the opportunity to speak.
Now, the judge set bail at $500,000, though Jeffrey's attorney said he plans to post that and be out later tonight. Meanwhile, Mr. Chao is due back in court for a bail hearing in just a few weeks. For now, they're reporting live here in downtown Los Angeles. Angelique Kakade. I'll send it back to you.
For a moment then, I thought they said her last name was Cockaday. And I was like, geez, that's a very terrible last name to have. I hope you weren't teased too much at public school. But I would pronounce it Cockaday, but it almost with the accent, the American accent, it almost sounds like Cockaday. It's a terrible, terrible infliction to have. Yeah, so there you go. There's the latest update in that. As far as I know, Allison is still in DCFS care. She's still in a sort of like a neutral location with people who can care for her. Unfortunately, from what I understand, because she is in the custody of the state authorities right now, that means that all court orders will probably have to be followed. And that means that mental health application that they were trying to get done a while ago, I don't know if they will do it right now, but it may be that she's receiving some psychiatric assessment or something like that, or whatever treatment plan that they wanted to enact. So I hope she's doing okay, and I hope it gets sorted out quickly so that she can get back to a normal life. stop all this rubbish and yeah. Gambler says, I thought the same thing. I had to go back and listen. Yeah, she definitely has a pineapple last name, which is a shame because she seems like a great reporter. Uh, all I can tell you is that they did have a rally outside today. It was outside the Los Angeles Criminal Courts building in downtown, and it was between 12 and 2. And that's what you saw on the video, the people holding up the signs and supporters, which really cool to see all the people, coming out to try and help a young girl, enact her rights, basically. I want to show you here. This is some of the footage.
The father of a Monterey Park teen who disappeared for a week has now been charged today with child felony abduction and falsely filing a missing persons report. Jeffrey Chao was in a downtown LA courtroom where he entered a not guilty plea earlier this month. Search parties looked for his 15-year-old daughter, Allison, for a week after he reported her missing. She was finally located in Glendale by Glendale PD. Shortly thereafter, Chao was arrested in connection with her disappearance. Well, we caught up with his attorney outside court.
It was either no bail and him being in jail until we resolve this case, or have bail granted. So of course I wanted lesser, but we were successful in getting bail for Mr. Chao, but the plan is to have him bailed out this evening.
As for Allison, she is reported safe and with family. We know that Chao and his wife are in the middle of a divorce and child custody battle, and Allison's mom was recently awarded full custody. Now, if convicted as charged, Chao faces 5 years in prison.
There you go. Actually, they said that at the end there that she's with family. I heard she was still in the system, but maybe that changed late yesterday because of the court hearing, or today. I'm getting confused with dates. Hold on. 30th was today. Maybe it was today. Maybe something changed today. I don't know. We don't know because it's a sealed hearing. It's a children's court. We have no idea unless there was an update. I'm just trying to see if I have an update. No, I don't have an update. But what I can tell you is there's been a lot of crazy speculation over the last week or so. The amount of emails I've had from people telling me information that fits one side of the narrative or the other, and try to show me things that fit either one side of the narrative or the other. It's almost like a war out there online. There's people suggesting there's paid for bot armies going around Twitter and Facebook and Reddit. I have seen some strange activity on at least Reddit and Twitter. I've seen some weird people posting which are either directly related to either the mother's side or that inner circle on the maternal side. Not saying that she's doing it. I'm just saying there seems to be some supporters on her side trying to wash the narrative in one direction online. There's a lot of like, hey, look at this document that just appeared out of nowhere. Hey, look at this information that I'm going to provide that no one else seems to have. It's been going on for about a week now, and I would just caution everyone to read everything and, use your critical thinking. Use your critical thinking and don't trust everything you read online. But all I can say is that I hope that it gets better from here on out for her, and good on the supporters who have been supporting and showing up, spending a couple of hours each court day, letting the courts and other people know, hey, we care about this girl and what happens to her, and she shouldn't have to live her life in this sort of way. It's great. I do like to see it. Oh, I hope you get that sorted. I really do. All right. That's my update for today. I'm not going to go into anything else on it. I want to take you to the UK, and then I'm going to finish off with our story. Actually, I have two stories. Damn. Um, I want to take you to the UK. I want to show you a bit more about what happened at that Taylor Swift event in the UK yesterday at that dance studio, because I think some video has been released or some photos. Let me double check my links. Apparently, all my UK links have disappeared. Hold on. All right. Okay. So, one of the things that's been going on is in the area where this stabbing happened to the 3 children who died, others were injured. There's been sort of violent, what would you call it? Violent riots? Yeah, riots or unrest happening in the area, including people burning down a police van right here and throwing stuff at a mosque. People have been pelting things at a mosque because of a rumor that went around that the person who committed the stabbing on the children yesterday was a asylum seeker who came into the UK via boat. Now, I don't have that information to say it's credible, but apparently that false here. The violence appears to be linked to several false accusations spread online about the 17-year-old boy that had been arrested in relation to yesterday's attack at a Taylor Swift themed holiday club. And they're saying that he's an immigrant and a asylum seeker or whatever. And they burnt down a police van, pelted the police with stuff. And here you go. You can see the people yelling at the cops and throwing a traffic cone at them. This one poor cop here just has a baton to protect himself. So these are the 3 children who unfortunately succumbed to their injuries yesterday in the horrific attack. One is named Elise. This one in the middle is named Alice, and the one on the end named Bibi. And unfortunately, all 3 of them did not survive yesterday, which is horrific. It really is. Those little girls should have been able to go to what sounded like a very fun day, a Taylor Swift sort of learn to dance and play and listen to fun music with other little girls your own age, and they had bracelet making, and they were just trying to do what little girls do, and someone decided to take it into their own hands and destroy a bunch of people's lives. Apparently, the suspect is unnamed at this time. They were born in Wales, Merseyside police have said previously, but there have been false claims that he was an asylum seeker who arrived in the UK via boat. They said, here's a recap of the major developments today. 9-year-old Alice died in hospital after being injured in the attack, making her the 3rd child to pass away because of the event. Alder Hey Hospital said 2 of the injured children were in critical but stable condition. So 2 of the children are okay. They said, hold on, one moment. Sorry about that. My voice is going to be a bit croaky. They said here, the hospital said 2 of the injured children were in critical but stable condition. The MP for Southport labelled the attack the worst atrocity in living memory to affect the area. Taylor Swift herself has responded to the attack, saying she was completely in shock. Man, she must hate the UK. She must hate the UK. She's like, I'm never going back. That is now 2 times that a Taylor Swift event has been targeted by people. Once, like, what was it, like 5 years ago, before the pandemic, a Taylor Swift event was targeted. It was at Manchester. And then now, this one, she must be like, why me? Why not the other 50 million artists around the world? The Home Secretary visited the scene of the attack and condemned the violent thuggery that broke out this evening. She means the riots. Let me see if I can find anything on the riots. Let me see if I can find some footage of it, because I would like to see it. Good night. That's all for our live coverage tonight. Bye, blog. Bye. Alright, mosque in Southport. Okay. Let's go to Sky News.
Welcome back to the UK Tonight. Let's bring you some breaking news now from Southport. A large crowd has gathered outside a mosque in Southport, with tensions running high in the town following yesterday's knife attack. Police riot vans and officers have been standing guard outside the building, with reports of clashes between police and demonstrators. There are also reports from the scene that a police van has been set on fire. And this comes as the Home Secretary earlier warned people not to spread disinformation following yesterday's stabbing attack. Well, in the last few minutes, Merseyside police have just released this statement. Let me read it to you. We can confirm officers are dealing with a disturbance during a protest in Southport this evening. At around 7:45 p.m., a large group of people, believed to be supporters of the English Defence League, began to throw items towards a local mosque on St. Luke's Road in Southport. Officers who are deployed are currently dealing with criminal behaviour and violence, with bottles and wheelie bins being thrown at them. As a result, an officer has suffered a suspected broken nose, and police vehicles have been damaged and set alight. Additional patrols are now in attendance, including the dog section. Assistant Chief Constable Alex Goss said, "It is sickening to see this happening within a community that has been devastated by the tragic loss of 3 young lives. In the last 24 hours, we have seen overwhelming support and sympathy from the community and wider Merseyside communities for the families who are currently trying to deal with their loss and care for victims injured during the major incident." Yesterday, our officers and other members of the emergency services were faced with one of the most difficult situations they will ever face. Tonight, they find themselves being attacked as they endeavor to prevent disorder. The actions in Southport tonight will involve many people who do not live in the Merseyside area.
Yeah, I'll stop it there. What they're basically saying is, like a lot of riots that happen even in Australia or the USA, the people that are actually doing the rioting are not from the local area. Sort of like when everyone in America blames Antifa. Oh, it's definitely Antifa. They were there tonight. They're the ones who were the troublemakers and stuff like that. Very similar. They believe most of the people were from the English Defence League, and they're the ones who threw the items at the mosque. Now, yeah, you can see the footage that we played earlier. You can see these cops copping something over the top of the car here.
And why?
Let me pause that. There you go. Look, a brick. There you go. Bang. And then they ended up setting that van alight later on. And then someone threw another one at the window. I'm surprised anyone had any garden fences left after the night. You know, everyone just took bricks from neighbors' homes and fences and retaining walls. But there you go. The aftermath of the stabbing event yesterday in Southport. Oh, it was an Ariana Grande concert? Sorry, I thought it was Taylor Swift for some reason. Cardiff. Cardiff, yeah. Hey, Juicy Jules. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. All right. That's that update for you. I'm going to take you to the UK. No, not the UK. We were just in the UK. I'm going to take you to America. I have a missing woman. I have one. I have two. They're in my basement. No. I have a missing woman to tell you about. Not that I actually own one or have one. Says here, car found in Morro Bay belonging to missing woman, according to, is it the Tulare police? It says the police are now considering Tiffany McClure voluntarily missing. She was last seen on Monday, July 22nd. Voluntarily missing. Okay. I'm going to play this for you, but friends and family are very worried about her, and she's been missing for a while, but the police do not suspect foul play. And they're saying she's age 49, 5'8", blonde hair, blue eyes. And the two different police departments are searching for her. They say if you spot her, call the Morro Bay Police Department at 805-772-6225. And I'll play the little video here.
Well, a missing South Valley woman's car has now been found in Morro Bay, and police are now wondering where she could have gone.
Hold on. Apparently they're being weird. Let me fix this.
Lesios is here to tell us the latest details of this ongoing search. Sophia?
Liz and Monty, Tiffany McClure was reported missing after she was last seen Monday in Tulare, but I did just confirm with Morro Bay Police that she was seen on surveillance video Monday night at the beach in Morro Bay. Police in Morro Bay also told me tonight McClure's BMW was found at the beach and has been there since Monday. Friends told Fox 26 it's not like her for leave to more than a day. Tulare police did say that they're not suspecting any foul play, but police in Morro Bay are asking everyone to keep your eyes peeled for Tiffany McClure if you're visiting the coast over the next couple of days.
There's going to be a lot of people in this area. Sometimes people just aren't aware if somebody is needing to be contacted. So it's important, I think, right now for Tulare Police Department and certainly the Morro Bay Police Department to get that information out there, because Ms. McClure's family is concerned about her and they just want to make sure she's okay and get contact with her as soon as possible.
Tiffany McClure is 49 years old. She's blonde. She's around 5'8" and has a thin build. Now, Morro Bay and Tulare officers are searching for her. If you do happen to be in Morro Bay and spot McClure, call Morro Bay Police Department. That number is 805-772-6225. That's also on your screen right below. Liz and Monty.
All right, thank you, Sophia. If you have any information that could help officers find McClure, you ask to please contact Tulare Police Department. The number 559-684-4290.
All right, it's Tulare. All right, Tulare. So she's voluntarily missing. What Sean asked, what is voluntarily missing? That is when an adult basically goes missing and the cops say, what do you want us to do about it? It's an adult. Doesn't seem like there's any foul play. She's missing because she wants to be. And you know, what do you want us to do? Basically, she's an adult and can do what she wants to do. She can do whatever. She can go missing. She can go to France. She can go to Canada. And people are saying, the cops are basically saying, until we see something that looks suspicious, there's no point, you know, listing her as endangered or something like that. Let me just double check that she hasn't been located. Tiffany McClure. Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You may recognize me from such films as, let's see. No, just that they found her car. Her BMW was found in a campground as searches continue for her. But they haven't located her, just her vehicle. Let me try and see if I have any other details about her. Yeah, they're saying they've canvassed neighborhoods, asked people if they saw anyone leave the vehicle, but nothing. But her friends say it's out of character for her to be gone for more than about a day. At this time, the police department do believe that she is voluntarily missing, but they're hoping someone comes forward with information regarding her whereabouts and her well-being. They said you can contact them at 559-685-2300. And that's it. There's a photo of her right there. So if you see her in your local area, call it in. All right. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting all the stories done. God, we got heaps today. All right. So last night, I almost jumped back on again because there was a Amber Alert, a real one, not an area-wide one. This was a full one. It was on the Amber Alert website for many hours, and it was for Adrian Gar. I'm going to say this wrong. Hold on. Ping, you got to say names correctly. Adrian Garces or Gar. I'm saying that completely wrong. Anyway, they were looking for a 30-year-old named Adrian. The last known person to be with a missing 16-year-old Mineral Springs teenager has been found and arrested in Grand Prairie, Texas. His vehicle was also found. Now, the reason I put in the topic header that there was some drama, well, originally they reported her missing and that she may be with this 30-year-old. Later on, they said, well, they found the 30-year-old and his vehicle, but not the young lady. They didn't find the 16-year-old girl at all. And so they were like, yes, we've arrested the guy. Yes, we have his vehicle, but no, we don't have the teenager. Her name is Autumn Nicole Lyon, and she was reported missing on Saturday, July 27th, when she was last seen with Adrian. He's been charged with interfere with custody and is awaiting extradition back to Arkansas. Her whereabouts are unknown, but authorities believe she's in the... Wait, didn't they find her? Yeah, found safe. It says right there. What are they talking about? It says right there. Anyway, they must have ended up finding her, but this has not been updated. Hold on, let me get you an updated one. Okay, here. It says here, just after 12:15 p.m., the Mineral Springs Police Department has deactivated the Amber Alert for Lyon, as she was found July 30, Tuesday morning, shortly before noon. KATV will provide more information as it becomes available. So a few hours, it was about 6 hours after they located him and his vehicle, they finally located her. His vehicle, yeah. All right, let me try and find if they ended up producing that update for her. But yeah, for a few hours, everyone's like, "What's going on? Why? How did they find him, and his vehicle, but not her? Like, where is she?" Let me see. All right, let's go to KARK. Okay, officials with the Arkansas State Police say a missing teen from Mineral Springs has been found safe. ASP officials activated an Amber Alert for the 16-year-old Monday evening. She had been reported missing Saturday, with agents saying she was last seen near the area of 608 Dillard Drive in Mineral Springs Friday around 8:30 p.m. Investigators said she'd last been seen with the 30-year-old Adrian. According to the Howard County Sheriff's Office, he surrendered to local police Monday night in Grand Prairie, Texas. Authorities said he faces felony charges of interference with custody and is awaiting extradition back to Arkansas. They said both agencies thanked the public for information on the search, and apparently the Amber Alerts were a direct result of the man turning himself into authorities. Once he realized there was a giant Amber Alert and everyone was looking for him, he gave up very quickly, showing you the value of Amber Alerts. Let me see if I can find anything else about Mr. Adrian, because we did have a photo of him. Come on. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. For some reason, all the links are working extremely slow today. Yeah, here's the photo for you. So that was the man they were looking for, Mr. Adrian. And there is Autumn here in this photo, but she has been found safe, thank God. And we are seeing a lot of people charged with this interference with custody. It's a charge we've seen a few different times in relation to Amber Alerts recently. I know, right? Sean says inactivate. I'm sure it's deactivated, but I don't know. I can't even say people's names, so you tell me. Let's see. That's what it said on the article. It wasn't me. Someone has been using actually here. Right here, look. Look, the Mineral Springs Police Department has inactivated the Amber Alert for Lion as she was found July 30. Deactivated? Deactivated is probably the word I would use. You had an earthquake. An earthquake in California? There was an earthquake. It was about 6 a.m., about 6 hours ago. It's saying. Yeah, saying it was a 4.9, 22 kilometers from Barstow, California, USA. Let's go to USGS. We'll have a look. Interactive map. So they're saying it happened here? It looks like it's in the mountainous regions of California, right? So what is this? Is this maybe the felt reports of how far out the it radiated? So it looks like down here, is there anything? Well, there's a river, the Mojave River right here. A lot of times when you get water and then fault lines, you'll get movement of said fault lines. So I don't know what's here, but there you go. Did anyone feel it? Was it that strong? You guys will have to let me know. A tsunami alert? I don't know about a tsunami alert. And it was like 6 hours ago. If there was a tsunami alert, it's long gone. Long gone. Let's go. Let's go to the US Tsunami Center. The US Tsunami Center says no tsunami for you. It says no tsunami advisory, watch, or threat at this time. And it says none for you. None for you. Where was it didn't even issue one for California. The last one that was issued on US territory was, looks like up here in Alaska. Is this Alaska? Ping, your geography is terrible. What is this? Northwest of Port Alice, British Columbia. Okay, BC, so that's Canada. So yeah, you got all these previous events. When was that? Info. 29th of the 7th. So a couple of days ago, they had a 5.1 magnitude earthquake in basically the middle of the ocean. and it may have triggered some small waves, apparently. All right. What time is it? 14. We got like 10 minutes. We can do one more. One more. Let's find if we can get. Do we have one more story for you? I'm sure I do. Okay. Says here 6 adults arrested for child. This word in Barrow County at Winder residence or Winder. A months-long investigation by the Barrow County Sheriff's Office culminated in the early morning arrest of 6 adults on charges of child M-word. The operation, supported by multiple law enforcement agencies, targeted alleged offenses. That's not how you spell it, is it? All right. Alleged offenses that occurred over approximately a 5-year period at a residence on 243 Inglewood Road in Winder. The suspects arrested are Paul Andrew Bean, 32, charged with multiple counts of child M-word, S-word, aggravated S battery, cruelty to children, and incest. What? Additional charges are pending. He was arrested at the Wits Inn at 4648 Lawrenceville Road in Loganville. Ashley Nicole Neese, 22, of the same city, charged with multiple counts of child M-word and cruelty to children. Additional charges are pending. She was arrested at 121 Hunter Road in Jefferson. And then Kevin Eugene Ness, or Neese, 55, of Winder, charged with multiple counts of child M-word, false imprisonment, aggravated S battery, and cruelty to children. Additional charges are pending for him too. He was arrested at 276 Nathaniel Drive in Jefferson. And then Jerry Lee Neese Jr., 24, charged with multiple counts of child M-word, aggravated S battery, and cruelty to children. Additional charges are pending. He was located at the same address as Ashley Nicole. So this must be her partner or brother, something like that. One was 22, the other was 24. They live at the same address or were arrested at the same address. Another person here is Keith Allen Neese, 57, charged with multiple counts of child M-word, aggravated S battery, and additional charges are pending. He was arrested at Waffle House. He was arrested at the Waffle House. Why was he arrested at the Waffle House? Don't know. And there's another person, Feliza Michelle Bailey, 50, charged with multiple counts of child M-word and cruelty to children. Additional charges are pending. She was arrested at a Waffle House as well. Same one as Mr. Keith. The investigation began when 4 juveniles disclosed allegations of SA to forensic interviewers after being removed from the home last year by the Department of Family and Children Services, or DFCS. They said, "I want to thank the Loganville Police Department and the Jackson County and Whole County Sheriff's Office for their assistance in getting these suspects behind bars," according to the Barrow County Sheriff Judd Smith. The effort to arrest these suspects simultaneously at 4 different locations required incredible coordination between our deputies and law enforcement partners. The investigation is ongoing and additional charges are anticipated. All right, let me see if I can find you anything else on these people. All right, let's see. Who are the people that would most likely come up? Okay. Interesting that they didn't do like a video on it. But if we go to the WUGA.org, this is the sheriff press release from Barrow County. And it says here, yeah, basically what we just read out gives you all the details of who was arrested. But the thing here that, I mean, SA is bad. We don't want that. Same with Aggravated battery, that's bad. Cruelty to children, that's pretty bad. But the weird thing here is the word that I said before. What is that about? And are they running some sort of weird keep it in the family type thing going on? And they're not helping the stereotype that some of these southern type areas have about marrying cousins. They're really adding to that stereotype. Mother Nature was busy last night. There was an earthquake in New York State too. Wow. I know. It's not me, Sean. It's literally YouTube is cracking down. Every 2 days I get a little uh like banner thing in my YouTube thing, and it says, "We've updated our policies." And I go and read it, and it just keeps getting longer. It's like, "Oh, and you can't talk about this and this and this and that and this and maybe that and this one, and we've added these 5 things, and you can't talk about any events," and, it's just ridiculous. It's a 285. Yeah, we should start talking in cop speak, right? We should find, like, the cop dictionary for, like, their call signs over the radio, and that's what we should use. That's gonna be our code for the channel. Yes, I will look at that. Thank you, Mr. Gambler. How much time? We've got about 5 minutes. I keep looking for my phone and it's not here. Alright. Remember I brought you a story last year about a real estate agent in New Zealand who had been abducted and went missing? They arrested the man who they suspect did the abduction, but they never found the woman. Her name was like Wieambilla. No way. That is so weird. She just came on my mind, right? I swear to God, I haven't looked at anything in months about her. I am not kidding. Then police find remains and search for real estate agent in New Zealand. That is freaky. I hadn't I didn't look it up. I just kind of was like, what could we talk about for 5 minutes? And I was like, what about Yanfi Bayo, the woman who went missing in New Zealand? And they've found what they believe to be her remains. Thank the world. Thank the Lord. Let's play you this update from homicide in New Zealand.
Have today elevated their investigation into missing Christchurch woman Yan Fei Bao to a homicide investigation. Our search for Miss Bao is continuing, with significant police resources committing to finding her and bringing her home to family.
You're supposed to tell us how you found her, not that you're going to continue searching for her when you already found her. It says here New Zealand police have found human remains in their search for alleged murder victim Yanfi Bayo. On Tuesday morning, a large team of police descended on a rural property in Green Park, about 45 minutes south of Christchurch. Detective Inspector Nicola Reeves said they were acting on new information relating to the disappearance of the real estate agent more than a year ago. Some officers could be seen at the farm with shovels. On Tuesday afternoon, police announced they'd found a shallow grave along a tree line at the property. The remains cannot immediately be formally identified, and now work is underway to excavate and forensically examine them. The news has been shared with her immediate family, and while long hoped for, still comes as a shock. The area had previously been searched, and new information led us back here to search specific locations of interest. For operational reasons, we're unable to share the information that led us to the search. A scene examination is now underway, and police will be visible in the area for some time. Well, I'm glad they were able to do that. Let me see if I can get a quick little update from New Zealand. Hold on.
Are we good? Thank you. I'm just going to read a brief statement and then I'll take some questions. I can advise you that a year and 10 days on from Yanfei Bell's disappearance, remains have been found in the search for her. While searching private farmland in the Green Park area this morning, a shallow grave was discovered along a tree line. The remains are not immediately able to be formally identified, and work is now underway to excavate and forensically examine them. The news has been shared with Yanfei's immediate family, and while this is long hoped for, it still comes as a great shock. The area had previously been searched, but new information has led us back here to search specific locations. At this time, we're unable to share what that new information is that has led us to the search for operational reasons. A scene examination is now underway where these remains have been found, and police will be visible in the area for some time. Thank you.
As you've said, this area has been searched extensively in the past. So what was different on this occasion?
Yeah, so we've always known that the Green Park area has been an area of interest for us. We searched out there off and on for several weeks after her disappearance, but it is that new information that has come to light that has...
Isn't that interesting? They say the Green Park area had always been of interest. They already searched in that location for several weeks after she went missing, but it took specific information to lead them to the place where she was buried. And previously, they were unable to find it on their own. It just shows you how much of a needle in a haystack it can be, especially if police have already been there several times. And we probably should keep that in mind when we go back to other cases and we go, wow, the police have already been there like 50 times. If she was there, they would have found her. The cadaver dogs would have found her. You know, of course, you know, they've already searched that place. Well, they searched that area for 7 weeks after she went missing and couldn't find her. And she was there the entire time. So we should all keep that in mind when we talk about other cases, especially in other countries. I'm going to wind it up for now. It's been an action-packed show. I don't think I've stopped talking in an hour and 27 minutes or longer. We've been on for about an hour and a half because we went early. So I'm going to wrap this up. I will see you for the late show, possibly. We'll see. I'll see you for possibly a late show in an hour and 40 minutes. Hey, thank you to all the people who support this channel. I very much appreciate it. The people who like and subscribe. If you're one of the 68% of people, it's gone up, unfortunately. If you're one of the 68% of people who watch this channel but don't subscribe, it really doesn't cost anything, and it helps the creators out a lot by just clicking that subscribe button and showing your support in that way. For the other people who support this channel with memberships or the Ko-Fi and the super chats and things like that, you guys are amazing. Thank you very much. And the people who support the channel via commenting or visiting every night, or just hanging out in the chat and helping the algorithm, thank you very much for all your support. I very much appreciate it. And I'll see you in a little while, okay? We should have the new start video by the time I get back for the second show. I went to upload it for this show and it was too large for StreamYard, so I've got to shrink it. I've got to make it smaller. That's why you guys didn't get to see it tonight. Yeah, sub up. Yeah, thank you. All right, I'll see you in a little while, okay? Bye. Have fun. Bye-bye. Bye. Peace out. See you later.